How do you feel about the death penalty today? Are you for it or against it? Americans are so emotional now, the men and women, that it looks like a lot of people have changed their mind about the death penalty. Are you for it or against it? That's an amazing question. I'd like to hear, are you for it or against it? And if so, why? If not, why not? And I wonder if this particular case would cause your mind to change one way to another. This is from Breitbart. A 20-year-old woman in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Ladies, you must return to the Father. Evil is working through you. And the men that evil is working through, it's evil of their mothers. It's not normal for men to be evil. It's an abnormal state of being. And it's really abnormal for a woman to be that way, but Satan is her God because of Eve. But you can return to the Father. Forgive your mothers, forgive your fathers, and you shall be free. Breitbart reported that a 20-year-old woman in Newcastle, Pennsylvania is accused, this is interesting to me, is accused of fatally poisoning her boyfriend's 18-month-old baby with acetone. Watch this compilation.
Yeah, Alicia Owens is facing a slew of charges in the death of her boyfriend's 1-year-old baby girl, Iris Alfera. The criminal complaint outlines some very disturbing web searches that helped investigators zero in on her. Now, back in June, 1-year-old Iris Alfera was rushed to a local hospital and eventually airlifted to Children's, where she later died. After being found unresponsive in her father's home, he shares with his girlfriend, Alicia Owens. The medical examiner determined the baby died as a result of acetone poisoning, which caused organ failure. Now, leading up to the baby's death, investigators say she ingested numerous water beads, button-shaped batteries, and a metal screw.
Wow. Can you imagine that? And you know what's interesting about that whole thing? The same evil spirit that encouraged that female to do that, it's the same spirit that dwells in anyone that has anger. Anyone that has anger. Jeffrey Dahmer, Hitler, mothers who turn their children away from the fathers, fathers who cannot deal with the mothers, emotional people, whether it's feel good emotion or feel bad emotion, it's the same evil spirit. Every human being is 2 hoops and a holler from doing what that woman did or becoming Jeffrey Dahmer. You are possessed and don't know it. God said, trust not an angry person. An angry person is evil. Anger is evil. And they live in their intellect, and the intellect hate God. Why do you think all intellectual people hate God? They're of their father, the devil. In that situation where this girl been accused of doing that to that baby, that boy's daughter or child, it's possible for anyone to do it. A person that gossips, you have the same evil spirit. A person that cries when they think about Jesus, you have the same evil spirit. A person that tries to force someone to change, you have the same evil spirit. The same spirit that drove that woman to do that, if she did it, is in you. If you're shy, or you feel embarrassed, or you think you have a reputation to protect, or you think that you're this or that, it's the same evil spirit. It's no different. But the average Christian would look at that woman and think that they're better than her. And yet they judge. Yet they gossip. Yet they have anger, they have no love. But they think that I would never do that. comparing themselves to her. And that's evil. It's the same spirit, y'all. It's the same spirit. The same spirit that causes women to turn the man children away from him, the men children away from them. It's the same spirit that made that woman do what she'd been accused of doing if she did it. Isn't that amazing? It's the same spirit that causes fear and loneliness and suicidal thoughts and depression. They give it all these fancy names, but it's evil. And it made a home in your imagination and emotions. It's the same spirit that makes you feel good and makes you feel bad. And it makes you feel good and it makes you feel bad. It's evil. You must be born again. You got to return to the Father if you want to be free of that. Right here on earth, you don't have to wait to physically die. You can die while living of the ego, of the spiritual nature of evil. Drop the anger and see in yourself that you're angry. Forgive mama. And forgive daddy for not protecting you from mama. They both could not help themselves. Isn't that amazing? The Daily Mail is reporting that 2 toddlers were gang raped in a shopping center bathroom while their mother believed their alleged pedophile co-worker was looking after them. Watch this from Fox.
The FBI has arrested Arthur Hector Fernandez III and charged the 29-year-old with sexual exploitation of children. Fernandez is pictured here on his private Instagram with the username allegedly Hector. His account was named in court documents that detailed the disturbing allegations that he and at least 6 other unidentified men sexually assaulted and raped a toddler at what appeared to be a Galleria Mall bathroom. Court documents say last month the Australian Centre to Counter Child Exploitation reported 4 explicit videos found on the dark web to the FBI in which at least 2 toddlers ages 2 and 3 were filmed being sexually and verbally assaulted by multiple men at once.
Amazing. Same spirit. It's the same spirit. Anger is evil. And no one has peace that has anger. And that same spirit that causes this guy to do what they say he's done, it's the same spirit. It's the same spirit that tell black people, white people, you're your enemy. Hate the white people. That's the same spirit that lives in this man. The same spirit of those whites who are hating the Jews is evil. It's not love. If it ain't love, it's evil. It's the same spirit that when you blame others for your life as an adult, it's evil. I'm telling you all this so you can get, hopefully for those who want to change, and I realize that most people don't, they love their hell. They love the evil that made a home in them. They call it themselves. That's me, they say. They love their evil. For those who want to change, it can change. You don't have to stay that way. But the same thing, the same spirit that drove this man to do this, if it happens, it's the same spirit that dwells in anyone that has anger. And that anger will tell you, oh, that's a bad person. I would never do that, they say. It lies to you. And it makes you feel better by comparing yourself from one bad thing to another. Oh, I'm not as bad. Yes, you are. Trust no one with anger. No one. According to the Daily Mail, Fernandez allegedly gained access to the children because he worked with one of their mothers and next door to the other one. The women were sometimes called to work on their day off. The women were sometimes called to work on their day off or couldn't arrange or afford child care and trusted their friend Fernandez to watch them. Now you see why you need to be married, ladies? To stay home and watch over the man's children? It's your job. But no, you want to be like the man and go to work. You want to be made to feel equal. And made to feel equal doesn't make you equal. Isn't that amazing? We're dealing with a spiritual battle here, folks. And it's inside of every one. All who are born through the woman must be born of the Father. It's the anger. Forgive your mothers. They couldn't help it. It's not them. It's a spirit that made home in them, and it was passed down since Eve days. All human beings. All. There's not one that must not be born again. You must be born again. And it's been laid out so you can do it. But as long as you believe in your imagination, your thoughts, all you have are a bunch of false ideas, and you're living by those ideas, and you're suffering. You must die. And when you die of ideas and plans, and you let go and let life happen without a plan. If you want to be free, you got to let go. You got to let life, take the risk and let life happen. Just do what's in front of you every day and see what happens. And take the risk of doubting every thought, except practical ones. How to build a house, you got to buy yourself some food, you got to have a steak and egg because you're hungry. But all those other thoughts, doubt them and see what happens.